Okay, it's 9:30 and I'm late. What is up? Oh my gosh, I hope you can see me. Excellent condition. Had some experience, some technical difficulties this morning. For some reason, when I went to go live, it was not connecting to my YouTube channel. I was very upset. I had to get on the phone with my son Lachlan, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Lachlan! Thank you for giving me the information, because I had a little book in my house with all the passwords, and I didn't have it with me. I didn't think I needed it. Anyways, welcome to my third ever YouTube live video. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're probably not even watching, because you probably went on at 9 o'clock saying, oh, he's not coming on today because he just had hernia surgery and he's probably tired and in pain, and I am, but I told you I was going to do this, and here I am. It's 9:30 and it'll be up, so hopefully you guys are watching. If you're watching live, hello. If you're not watching live and you're just coming on, watching this after I record it, hello. Hope you're doing well. I had hernia surgery on Tuesday. Let me tell you something. It was not pretty. It was easy. It was not that bad. I'm good. I'm all good. Everything's good. I'm in a little discomfort. I got a free eyeglass case from the hospital. That's so cool. I had to put them in there, and they let me keep this. I'm very happy. Thank you over there at NYU Langone. All right, so let's get to it. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everyone's having fun. Let me just see if this is working. Stream settings. Everything's good. It seems to be. Okay, so I just want to show you. Let me do a little overhead. I didn't really work on my lollipop drawing. I told you guys last week, I think I said, and I told a lot of the kids in the shop that I was going to work on this all week long, and I didn't. I did do a little bit of doodling this week. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I'll show you what I did. I did this drawing. I did this. Look, post-op doodling is not as easy as I thought it would be. That's why I didn't really get to work on my lollipops that much, because it's not easy to draw when you're kind of like taking Advil and Tylenol. They got me taking Advil and Tylenol, blah, 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 blah. So what I thought to do today, if you have watercolor, get them out. If you don't have watercolor, oh, look at this. Get some markers like this, or crayons. Look, I'm going to use crayons, and I'm going to use markers, and I'm going to use watercolor. Because whenever I'm feeling a little, how would you say, upset or not feeling well, maybe my tummy hurts. My tummy does hurt right now. Everything hurts. But whenever I'm feeling like that, I like to do watercolor. We run a watercolor workshop here every once in a while. We call it relaxing watercolor. Oh man, it's so relaxing. If you don't have watercolor, I want you to get some markers out or crayons. I'm going to try to do both at the same time. So if you don't have watercolor and you're feeling like, oh man, Frank, you're doing watercolor, I don't have it, what am I supposed to do? I want you to not feel bad. So what I'm going to do is, let me show you first what I did. I did some tests on this, and then I'm going to put two books out, and I'm going to work one with like markers and crayons, and I'm going to work the other with watercolor. And the good thing about working on two different things at once, especially when one of them is watercolor, is because the watercolor needs to dry sometimes. I do have paper towels, which are going to help me to dry the watercolor more quickly. If you have paper towels, you should get them. If you have watercolor, you should get some brushes, and you also need water. I got water. I have a thing of water. I have some water over here. I got a whole bucket of water over here. I got my drinking water, and I got another bucket that I can pour my dirty water in, because I'm not going to walk over to the sink. You don't need a big bucket like this to put your dirty water down, but you can just go to the sink and dump it. So, okay, here we go. Take out your sketchbook or get a piece of paper. Let me go on the overhead. I'm going to open this two new pages. Oh, no, wait. I wanted to show you first what I did. Sorry, I didn't really script this. I'm a little off today. Bear with me. All right, so here we go on the overhead. Let me do the picture-in-picture. Hello. This is annoying me. Look, put like that. That looks nicer. Okay, so this is some of the things I did during the week, because I'm telling you, when I'm not feeling good, I draw flowers and I try to use a lot of color. It's not usually what I do. I don't do a lot of color. I do a lot of black and white drawing, but it just makes me so relaxed when I do this. And so I did this drawing. So this drawing I did with markers and some watercolor. This drawing I did with crayons only. Look at this, with just crayons. So if you don't have watercolor, but you have crayons, you can do something like this. If you have only the basic set of crayons, it's going to be harder for me to make a lot of different colors, but if you have like one of these things or like a lot of crayons, that's cool to have, so you can kind of mix the colors and sort of paint like the way I did this. And there's another one I did somewhere. I don't remember where it is, but yeah, so I'll show you that. So now what I want you to do is I want you to open up to a page in your sketchbook. I think I have to zoom out. Bear with me for a second. I'm going to zoom out of this thing so I can have both my books. Open up to any page. Now, a point on working at two things at once. It is not, it's not the best thing to work on two different things at the same time. Studies show that you can't do that. Like, you can't really do your homework and watch YouTube videos at the same time. You won't be able to concentrate. But if you're working on two different things that are similar at the same time, that's okay. I just want to make sure you understand that. Like, I'm not suggesting you do two different things at once. I'm actually suggesting you only do one thing at once all the time. That's what I try to do. Try to do one thing at once. They interviewed a bunch of really successful people and they asked them what's the secret to success, and someone said doing one thing at once and focusing on that one thing. I like to try to do that. I'm not the best at it, but I like to try to do that. So I just wanted to preface that. So here we go. I'm going to go back on the overhead. I'm going to get my paper towel. I'm going to get my watercolor. I'm going to get my water. And I'm going to put the picture-in-picture on, and I'm going to pour some water in my little glass jar that I absolutely love. Oh, man, I love this jar so much. Let me show you this jar really fast. Oh. This is yogurt. It's not yogurt, it's a jar that was in yogurt was in it. It's called the Ouy, O-U-I. It comes with a tinfoil wrap. I love this yogurt. I haven't eaten in a while, but I like to buy this yogurt because afterwards I clean out the glass jar. It's got this nice lip on it. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a really nice jar. And I like to use this for my watercolor. Once again, it helps me relax. Anything I can do to help myself relax, especially after surgery. Okay, so markers or crayons. Get yourself out some markers and crayons. I'm going to do two different drawings of a flower study. I think this is going to get confusing. I'm going to do this. This will look nicer. So maybe I can stack them up a little bit. So here we go. So what I want you to do is you pick your colors. I'm going to probably pick these colors to start, like the red, yellow, orange, and pink. I'll stay away from the blue and purple for the moment, but I tried a couple of times with different ones, and I just think this is better to kind of stay like, within a similar color palette. Because let's say you wander up on a flower field. It's not like blue flowers. You probably see a lot of the same color flowers. All right, so let me go back to the picture-in-picture. How you doing? Yeah, I hope you're doing well. You're watching live. Hello. Sorry, I still haven't figured out the chat. I'm going to figure this out. Okay, so this is my suggestion. Let me move this over. Let me get all set up now. Get your piece of paper or papers if you want to do two. If you have the watercolor, if you only want to do one, that's fine. And what I want you to do is this. I want you to draw a circle at the edge, like that. And then I want you to draw another circle. You can pick any color you want. You can do red like I am, over there. And then somewhere in this area, see I got a lot of space, I'm going to try to explain to you like why I block things out in a certain way. I do things to have like a nice composition. And so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to do it like just over here, maybe a little bigger maybe. I don't know, just kind of free-forming. And then over here, I'm going to do another one like right over there. Perfect. Now, then I'm going to take another color, like the orange color. And now I'm just going to express myself with the flower. I'm going to go like this. See what I did? And then I'm going to do the same one like this, same kind of style, and have it go like that. And then this one, I'm going to go, oh, that's not my best, but it's okay. It's relaxing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to relax. And then I'm going to go like that. Look at these nice flowers. I just created this composition of flowers. And then I'm going to take my pink crayon and I'm going to draw another circle in this area right there. Oh, you're going to be able to see. Oh, you can see it. That's fine. And I'll draw another one up in that area there. And I'll draw another one over there. And I'll draw another one off the edge right there. Because it's kind of cool to do that. And you're sort of moving the whole piece around. And now with this one, I'm gonna draw like a spiky flower. So I'm gonna go like this, and I'm not gonna go, this is like underneath the orange flower. You see what I'm doing? See this? That's my nose in the camera, hello. And then I'm gonna go like this, like this, like this, and like that. Look at these beautiful flowers. And then I'm gonna do this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and I'm just gonna draw flowers, and then I'm gonna come over here and do this. And I'm sorry if you're joining us live. I'm sorry that I was late. I couldn't log in. For some reason, I just couldn't log in. I don't know why. All right, so I kind of like this. I like the way this looks. Now I have to make a decision. Do I want smaller flowers in here? Maybe I'll do like a little circular flower with a big circle. I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. And I'll do a big circle over there with like a thing, and I'll do a big circle over here with like a thing. So I just kind of try to pay attention to the background and the foreground and see like a couple of these big flowers, small flowers, kind of move it around. There's a little bit too much space in there. I would suggest putting a thing on it, but I'm not going to do that. Now, over here, this one, I'm going to do, let's do this. Let's go crazy. Let's go blue and purple on this one. And this one, I'm going to just kind of freeform it. I'm going to go big flower there. Big flower there. I'll be really fast about this one. Big flower there. It's very similar. I'm sorry about that. And then I'll do tiny little purple flowers. Like this. Look. Little purple flowers everywhere. Just put like little purple flowers all over the place. Anyway, so you do that. Go like this. And then, after you kind of use the markers to create, well, that's too close to that now, and this is too close, but now I want to make another one over there, and this is a little bit, maybe I'll put, like this is just the edge of a flower that's in the other space over there. Look at these nice flowers, look at these two, I hope it's not too confusing for you. I hope it's not too confusing for you to be looking at two different things at the same time, but when I start watercolor, it'll make sense why I'm doing this. All right, so now, we get the picture back on. Watercolor. I am lucky to have a lot of brushes in my shop. Some of you, if you have watercolor, you might just have like this cool little thing, which I absolutely love, because you know the crazy thing about this, I'm not gonna be able to open this thing. Oh, it's over here. They give you a free brush with this. That's pretty cool. I thought you would just get paint, but for some reason you get a whole brush. And these brushes, some people might think these brushes are cheap, and they're not the most expensive brushes probably, but these brushes work really nice. Let me see if I can get my, I got another camera angle here, look. That's my GoPro. Look at this. And so you kind of wet your brush, and then you just do this. This is where, let me put the picture on it. This is where the really relaxing aspect of things comes in. You pick a color to start, and you just sit there with the wet. Let me see if I can get this on the computer, on the camera. Look at this. Look how relaxing this is. And honestly, I know, I've been working with kids for 7 years, every day doing this workshop, and I know kids when they see paint and they just want to like get as much as you can, just grab it and grab it. Don't do that, just do this. Look how nice and relaxing this is. Sometimes I do this for like 3 or 4 minutes and I just spin. You see what I'm doing with my hand? I'm spinning the brush and I'm getting all of this pigment because the water is mixing with all this. The more patience you have and the longer you do this with the watercolor, the more strong the paint will be. Now this paint is Crayola paint, so it's, oh man, where's that water? This is hard to see what I'm doing with this. It's a small brush. I got a lot of water. It's a Crayola paint, so it's not bad, but it's not super strong. Yeah, look at this. See, watch. Now look what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. You don't want to use a lot of paint. You want to just sort of put it out and keep a lot of space where there's no paint, because we're going to put different colors in there and then go back. Let me bring this over here. I'm not going to do that angle. It's hard to do, but go back, get some more paint and put, now a lot of kids, when they see this watercolor, I do this watercolor workshops, they go in here, they go in there, they do everything, and then they make this brown mess. You really just start like with one color and just use that one color and just sort of just casually try to follow the line. If you go over the line, that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing, because eventually my hope is that these lines that the flowers that I use to make the flowers will be like covered in color, and it'll just, the flower will just kind of be what it is. You gotta get a little more water, and you should have a paper towel, and you basically do this, and you kind of do that, and you just sort of do this. It's really fun to do. And you don't want too much water, especially if you're working in a sketchbook, because sketchbook paper is not it's not really thick. This paper is pretty thick, but not thick enough that if you soak the paint, it's gonna make your paper all curly and kirkly. You don't want that. But see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of doing this, and then over here, I'm gonna follow this curve, and I'm just gonna put less of this color on this, because pretty soon, I'm gonna do this to my brush, and I'm gonna clean the brush. I'm gonna change the color. I'm gonna keep with this color now, because like I said, you wanna just use one color at a time to start. Kind of block it out, get some color on your flowers, and you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, you go like that, and you really sort of block it out and make it work, and leave a lot of white space. You can even be very like gestural about it. Like, I'll do that more on this one. So look, I'll get more water here, and I'll just sort of block it out. And sometimes with these watercolor brushes that they give you for free in the paints, I'll take a good amount of paint. I'll hold the bristle. Can you see what I'm doing? I hold the bristle so I can do stuff like this and really sort of kind of make some cool looking effects. That's fun to do. This is a little wet, so now there's still water on my palette, so I'm going to put a little bit of color there, a little color there. All right, so you just kind of block that out, clean your brush, and then you change color. I'm going to go with this yellow now. I'm going to take a little yellow. And pretty soon I'm going to move over to the marker and a crayon one, show you how I do that. But I want to just get a little bit of color down on these flowers. And you see what I'm doing now? Like, so now I'm just sort of putting some yellow, just kind of blocking it out, putting it in different spots, going like this, going like that, making it really work. And kind of nice. This is so relaxing. It really, it's important to relax. Every once in a while on a Saturday morning, before I start a little pulp, I would pull out these watercolors and get a sketchbook and tell Lachlan and Luke, hey, you got a watercolor? And they would say, no, I don't really want to do that, Dad. Can we go outside and play with the ball? And I would say, okay, but can we do this first, please? And sometimes they would say yes, sometimes they would say no. It depends. So you do this, you go like that, and you put some color, and you just kind of keep going. Love that sound. At some point, you want to dump your water if it gets all dirty, and then you can get new water. But you'd have to go to the sink, I guess, to get water. I'm just kind of grabbing water from a big bucket here, but I don't know if you have a big bucket in your house. Now I'm going to take purple. I'm going to take some purple color. Whoa, that's a lot of water. See that? That's a lot of water, but that's okay. And I'm going to, with these little guys, I'm going to paint these little guys purple. And I'm just, once again, I'm just putting a little bit of color. If you're doing this, doing great. Looks good. I can see it from here. Can't really see it, but I mean, wish I could see it. It'd be amazing. It's probably the future of all this. Be able to see it. I guess they probably have that already, but I don't have the technology. So you kind of do this. Put a little bit of color. Go for it. Just kind of block it out. And then what I'm going to do is, while I still have some of that purple here, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of purple on the center of my flowers here, because if you ever notice in a flower, the center is a little bit dark. So I'm going to do that because I still have the purple on my paintbrush. So I want to do that. I'm just going to kind of block out a little bit, put a little. Oh, I didn't put yellow on that one. Oh gosh, now I have to really clean my brush because I got purple. And like we talked about last week, if you watched last week, complementary colors, purple and yellow. If you mix those together, ooh, you're going to get brown. I don't want brown yet. Maybe later, but I'm going to try this. Look, let's put a little yellow back on there. Yes. See, look. The yellow mixed with the purple is making brown. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move over to the crayon because I told you I was going to do both at the same time, and now I'm just focusing on the watercolor because it's so relaxing. That's what I do. Okay, so do this, put a little watercolor, put a little color on your flowers, and then leave it off to the side, let it dry. If you don't want to, if you're only watercoloring and you don't want to let it dry, you want to keep working, but it's too wet to work, I like to do this. I like to take a piece of paper towel, and I like to go on top, and I just blot it like this. I press gently. And you might need to do this a lot if you're really wet, because a lot of kids are soaking wet brushes, and if you're doing this by now, your paper might be like curling and everything. It's okay if it does, because it'll dry, and that's fun too. All right, so now with this one, I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to dump these crayons out. I need to be able to see them all. Look at this. I'll clean that later. Probably never put those back in the box. All right, so with this, I'm going to take a couple of blues. I'm going to make this blue flowers. And I'll take all the blues I have here, and I also take some yellow and some orange, and I'm going to basically do this. Watch. I call this making noise. I'm just sort of scrabbling with the crayons. This is how you get like a cool painterly look on the flowers. Usually start with light colors, but I'm starting with a darker color so you can kind of see it, so you see what I'm doing. See how I'm doing this? I'm just sort of making noise. Look, I'm going to move this over so you can kind of focus on this one right now while this is drying. So let this dry, and then we'll do this. Look, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go like this, and I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you had a good week, and I hope you're drawing every day. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to do this doodle. I'm going to work on my lollipops. This week I'm going to work on my lollipops. I'm feeling a little better now. It's been a couple of days since my surgery, and I'm feeling a little better, and I'm happy for that. I'm going to take this kind of green color. What is this called? Can't even see it. Robin's Egg Blue. Why does Crayola come up with these names? And now this one, I'm going to put a little bit of like where those white spaces are. I'm going to just block out some of that. I call this making noise because what you're doing is you're using the crayons like a paintbrush, where you're kind of mixing the colors together, and when you do it like this with this kind of scrabble effect, pressing hard in some areas and light in other areas, it sort of creates like a nice depth. And then I'll show you this. I usually don't do this so quickly, but watch this. I'm going to put some orange, which is a complementary color to blue, and I'm just going to basically float some of that color in here. And it might take some time, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit here for a little while and do this. But if you could do this too, if you have a bunch of crayons, just do this and watch after a while. It sort of like comes up. Like take some yellow. You just use all the different colors. If you don't have a lot of Crayola crayons, like a different sets of the larger colors, I mean, ask your adult with you, like, can you get me a set of Crayola crayons or markers with like a lot of different colors? Because the more colors you put specifically on a flower, like look at this. So now I'm doing this, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. I might zoom in now. So I'm gonna zoom in. Sorry for my stomach there, but look at this. So now I'm gonna go back to the darker blue, and I'm gonna kind of just find those spaces, and I'm never gonna stop doing this sort of movement, this kind of quick, noisy, scribbly, scrabbly kind of effect, because once you start doing something like this, it's all over. Like, I mean, I understand kids like to. That's what happened. You see that? My point broke, and now I'm upset about that. But I don't like to do this because it's too dark. It doesn't give it the flavor that you're looking for. Like you want to have the flower have flavor like this. Look at this, and I'll even take some of this like pinkish color. You use different colors, and when you do it and you start drawing and you follow the lines of your flower, it just really starts to feel like a painting. It's so nice. I mean, look at this. This looks nicer than this, in my opinion. And this looks pretty nice, but anyways. And this is almost dry, so I'm going to move on to that soon because I want to start putting more color on the flowers. So the beauty part of drawing flowers is that you can just sort of scrabble along, and you do these kind of patterns, and then when you're finished with like kind of doing some color work and picking the flowers, then you put this like greenish and yellowish colors in the background, ties it all together. It looks like amazing. It makes me so happy to do that. put some of this thing over here. I'm gonna get some purple, and this one I really darkened, so I'm a little upset about that. Let me move it closer. I'm not happy with this one, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna keep going. And if you don't have crayons, but you have markers, you could do it like this as well, where I like to do stuff like this. I'll show you this. So look, watch this. This is actually not bad. So you see what I'm doing? Oh, and I forgot. Side note, when I talk, it's kind of like choppy. I totally remembered. I figured out how to fix that, but I didn't fix it yet. Next week, I hope that I fix that. And I hope when I talk, it's not like a lag. I got back on the phone with the B&H, and they showed me how to do that. And because of the technical difficulties, I totally forgot to do that. I'm sorry that I'm lagging, but it is what it is. Okay, so do this, make the flowers, and then in a little while, I'm gonna start putting green on there because I want to kind of finish it up for you so you can kind of see the end result a little bit. But I mean, these take time. I mean, it takes time to do this, so you don't have to finish it today. You can finish it later. I'll probably finish this later. Like this one I did the other day. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in the back. I'm not gonna flip for it. But it took me a good hour. I mean, I did this. I'll flip through it. I'll show you. This is the crayon one. I'm really happy with this. I kind of like this one. I like the way that looks. And this is the one. No, I don't love that one, but this one, I did two of them. Look, I did these. It took me like an hour maybe. Like give or take an hour. I spent a little bit of time on this. I still want to work on this one. I'm still going to develop it. It's going to take time, but anyway, let's go back to this. All right, now I'm going back to the watercolor. Now I'm going to take a bigger brush because I want to move faster. And I got this brush. Look at this brush. You see this brush? Can you see that brush? It's got a thick bristle. Oh, this is nice. And I'm going to take this one, and now I'm going to use, I'm going to keep with my, I'm going to get a new palette. Let's do this. I'll use this one. This is brand spanking new. Look, I don't even know what this is, but this is nice. I'm going to go with, what color should I use? I'll try this red. Let's see what it is. It's probably the same red. Oh, man, I don't want to use this red. I think I'm going to go back to my original because I know these are like a dark kind of magenta-like color, but let's see. Maybe this is that's probably black. Let's see what this looks like. I'm going to just sit here, just like I said. I know it's annoying, but you got to do this. You got to just sit there and do this. And now, this is probably really thick. Now, let's see. Oh, look at that. It's too much. Look. Can you see that? Man, it's a mess here now. My table's a mess because of the crayons. I'm sorry for this. Let me move these over. Look at this. I don't like this one. I'm gonna keep going with this one. This is nicer, but look. Look at this. So what happens is when you watercolor, if you have the patience to do this, which sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, but right now because my belly hurts and my tummy hurts and all this stuff hurts, it's actually easier for me to do this. You let something dry. You watercolor a little bit. You let it dry. You let it sit there. And then when it's drying, you get more wet water on your brush. You put more paint down and you add to it. And that color that was dry underneath is going to mix with the color that you just put on. It's going to look magical. I mean, it's real. I don't know if this is too much. This brush is too thick now. I'm going to go back to my cool cheap brushes that they give you with the... This is a very dark color. You gotta be very careful when you get with the dark colors because, look, what is that color? I think that's black. Oh no. You don't want to use black yet. That's what I'm gonna do at the end. This is the color I wanted. This is like a plum color. It's hard to see what these are. A lot of people, they're really good at this. They do like, they take a piece of paper and they do swatches. I didn't do that. That's not a bad idea to do. You should do that. But look, now I'm just gonna take the darker color, just gonna kind of go in. And what you do is, as you do this, you might go, oh, I messed up. I don't like the way this looks. But the best part about it is when it dries, you can mix it back to a different color. Like you can put some dark color over here if you want, and dark color over here if you want. You can just kind of move it around and just be very kind of quick about it. And just keep layering it. Look. I'm just going to do that like I was doing with the crayon. Just kind of put some color down like that. I'll do a little bit of this. I'll put like some color here. I really want to get to the green, to the background, because that's where it really becomes fun. So I got to kind of move a little fast. And normally if I was editing this video, I'd do like a quick time lapse to show this, but I don't have the time lapse right now. I'm going live on this thing. So we do this, we do that, and then, again, you got to dry it. You got to dry it, so you want to like blot it a little bit, blow on it, whatever you have to do to make it dry. Pick it up and kind of go like this, pick it up and like wrap it around like this, make sure it's dry, nice and dry. But when you do this, Don't whack and hit the water because that would be terrible. You'll spill and then someone's going to get upset at you and then you're going to feel bad that you spilled water all over the place. And the water with the watercolor, forgot to talk about this. I'm sorry, parents. I'm sorry about this. I didn't talk about this. I meant to. You really want to put something down first on your table before you do watercolor. Oh man, I forgot to talk about that. I'm sorry about this. I used at home. I used a cereal box, Honey Nut Cheerios. They finished the Honey Nut Cheerios, and I took the box and I opened it up and I turned it around. I opened it all up and had this nice placemat that had these little like folds that I could put my brushes and stuff. That was very nice. I have this paper, so I'm okay with that. But get like a box from Amazon, an old paper bag or a plastic bag. Trader Joe's is great. If you have one of those bags, take a scissor and cut it and open it up. You get like a whole nice area where you can keep yourself all clean when you're doing this kind of watercolor. Again, I'm sorry about that, parents. I meant to say that in the beginning. I'm hopped up on Advil and stuff, so I'm going back to the overhead. So here, watch. So this tooth thing is not working for me. I'm gonna focus on this for a second. If you're not doing watercolor, I really do apologize. Keep going with the crayons. You're doing great. If you don't have the watercolor and you're doing the crayons, you're doing great. But for me, I really need to relax, and the watercolor is relaxing. So next time you're at the market or you're at like I don't know, Target or Stop and Shop even has it. They sell these things, these watercolor palettes. They're so cheap. I love them so much. But they're so nice. You walk around with them. You take them wherever you go, and then you paint with them. So here I'm gonna do blue. I'm gonna take some blue on this paint, on this flower. Look how nice this looks. Can you see that? Look at how nice this looks. I'm kind of just now having some fun and just relaxing and just painting my blue flowers over here. And I'm not gonna paint the centers. I'm gonna keep those white. I like to do that because when I finish and I have all the green background, which I'll show you how I do that in a minute, it's so nice to do that. And I'm going to take a little bit of this other blue here, mix it with this. I don't know what that is, like a dark blue. I probably put too much pigment on this one. I talked about how I want to go slow in this one, but now I'm going this because I'm trying to speed this video up because I have a workshop today at like in 1 hour. I got a workshop. And then we have a birthday party. My hernia surgery was on Tuesday, and I had a birthday party today, and tomorrow we got a toddler workshop. And this water is very dirty, and I got to clean that. But we have some other workshops coming up. Oh, I forgot to put paint on there. We have other workshops coming up this week. Rosh Hashanah is coming up. Happy New Year to anyone who's celebrating Rosh Hashanah. If you're not celebrating Rosh Hashanah, and we're going to be here having workshops, I'm doing, I honestly don't remember what I'm doing. Got a couple of workshops on Thursday, and I got a workshop on Friday. I got to look it up and see what it is. And then last week we did paper making. Oh, we did our second ever paper making. We're doing another one in October. Oof, that's fun to do. I love the paper making. I can't wait to do that again. That's in October. It's on a Sunday, October 20th. Oh no, I put too much blue on there, but that's okay because I'm gonna let it dry and then I'm gonna fix it. And another fun thing about what you can do with watercolor, this is cool. I just noticed this. I did this for the first time ever last night actually. I really want to clean the water for this one. Give me a second while I clean the water. I'm going to dump the water in there. I'm going to scoop out some water here. It's going to get real messy here, but I'll change this paper. Don't worry. For next week, I'll change this paper so it won't be all messy. Or maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. So look, I'm going to take a little bit of water on the brush. I didn't even realize they come with, it has white watercolor. White watercolor is not easy. You really got to do this for like a long time. This brush is probably too thin for that, but look, watch this. Show you on the overhead in a second, but you gotta just do this. Just get white. Just keep going. Maybe even get a little bit more water. You want to wet that and get some of that white in there. And I'll go on the overhead. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just keep doing this. Just keep doing it. Don't stop. Just keep going like this. And as you do this, then watch. You're basically taking the white and look. This is so good. I don't know if you're seeing that, but it gives it like this kind of glazy white wash and sort of mixes the colors together. That's why I was talking about how it doesn't matter if you kind of messed up a little bit with the darker color and you just keep layering. You go back to maybe some of the red and you do this and you just keep working it. It's gonna look amazing after a while. Okay, so that's what you do. You kind of block it out, you paint your flowers, you do a whole thing. This is a little messy. Maybe I should change that a little bit because I really want to make this look nice. I'm gonna get some yellow. Whoa, that was a bad idea because there was darkness on that brush. And now look at my palette, look at my yellow. It's all messy. One way you can do that, you can clean it like this. You do this, you get yourself a paper towel, or you can take another piece of paper and just brush it off on there and start a new piece. That's what I like. I don't like to waste a lot, but so this has got a lot of green and darkness in the yellow. You gotta just keep doing this. Don't worry, this pigment's good. You can really kind of press it, get in there, and then watch this. Whoa, look at that. Do you see what I'm doing with the water and the color? It just kind of blends it all together. It's not really blending though. Here it is, it's blending a little bit, but you gotta really get some more pigment on there. Maybe I'll get this orange. You just sort of keep going, you keep blending, you keep mixing. It's not mixing, why is it mixing? Maybe that purple is too dark. I gotta get the white. Anyways, I'm not loving this flower, I gotta fix that, but that's gonna take some time. That's gonna take layers and layers and layers, which I don't have the time right now because I gotta go soon, but I wanted to show you that, so sorry for this. It's live. What can I tell you? I'm post-surgery. Now I'm going to take some yellow, and I'm just going to kind of do this. Look, watch what I'm doing. And I'm not really concerned if the flowers get touched because the background is the grass. And if you ever went into a flower patch, you see like there's flowers underneath and flowers above and the grass, and it's all mixing together. So it's okay if that kind of happens. So I'll do a little yellow to start. Then I'll take this light green, and I'll kind of just do this, and I'll do that. And I'm sorry I didn't do more with the crayons, but I'm going to do a little bit more with the crayons to show you the background because I like to do that noise thing on the background with the crayons. That's the most fun I have. I'll show you what I mean in a second. And then I'll get a little bit of the darker green, and sometimes I go back and forth like this, kind of mix the greens, and then I'll just kind of, look, just sort of, it's a little too wet, but look, I'm just kind of doing this, and then I'll take a smaller brush and I'll kind of do this. This is where it gets so fun and relaxing when you kind of go into the flower pieces like that. So get in there and just really go all the way in. And when you do that, that's when the color starts touching the edges of the flowers, and that's so fun. Because that's really fun and relaxing to do that. And I don't have my right glasses on, so this is very hard for me to do, but I don't want to change them. You see how you kind of, then you do this, and you sort of take, man, I really hope you're doing this. If you're doing this, please send me a picture of your flowers. If you don't like flowers and you're watching this whole video and you're like, Frank, I don't like flowers, I don't want to paint flowers right now, it's not relaxing to me, I want to paint balloons or rocket ships, then paint balloons or rocket ships. The important thing is that you paint something that you like so that you'll keep at it. I happen to really like flowers, so that's why I do them. I'm also allergic to flowers, but that's why I like to paint them, because it's hard for me to be around them because I sneeze. When I get a tickly feeling in my throat when I'm around flowers. I don't know why that is. I don't know what's going on in a flower that make me tickle my throat, but it's tickling over here. It makes me tickle. So I don't really spend a lot of time around flowers, but I buy them once in a while to draw them, and I stay far away from them. And that's why I'm not the best at drawing them, because I don't see them very well, because I don't put my face really close up to them, because then I won't be able to breathe. That's a little too much. That's a little too much water there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of water off my brush, kind of mix some of the lighter yellow color in there, get some of that, and then scoop it up and bring it over there. You see what I did? That's kind of clever. I'm kind of happy with myself on that. And look how nice this is. This is so nice. It's so relaxing. And I'm going to keep going with this. But right now I'm going to put stuff to the side because I want to do this. I want to do the crayon one now. I want to keep doing this one. And I'm going to try to work fast on this because I got to go because I get ready for my workshop, which is coming up at 11 o'clock, the printmaking workshop. If you're watching this live and you're like, well, let's go to Little Pulp, let's do the Little Pulp printmaking workshop. Go on my website. You can sign up right now. You can get here in time. I mean, it's 45 minutes from now. You can do it. But just sign up. What is that? I don't know what that is. What is that thing? I don't even know what that is. Anyway, so look, put a little bit of color in your flowers. I'm gonna try to go super fast on this. I'm gonna kind of show you how you can just sort of do this. Like, remember that noise thing I talked about? Oh, this is all the watercolor dripping onto my book. Oh man, the watercolor dripped onto my book that wasn't supposed to be watercolor, my crayon book, but that's okay. If you were doing both at the same time, you did better than me because I didn't really spend a lot of time on the crayon one, but I really wanted to, and I'm going to. I'm going to keep going on this, and I will show it to you later on. Maybe I'll work on this during the workshop when I'm sitting around while Kevin and Mike run the press, because I'm not going to be able to run the press. I cannot run the press. I can't push anything. I can't pick anything up for like 6 weeks. I'm going to do this. I've got school trips starting on Monday. It's going to happen. Don't worry. I'm fine. And then I'm going to put a little blue here. And I'm going to put, don't forget to put the other colors here. Look at this. I'm going super fast. It's almost like a time lapse. It's like a time lapse. I'm going super fast. You want to just sort of create noise on your flowers. All different noise. I just put like different colors. Use the energy. So now I'm feeling good. This is what I needed. I need to do this. When I set up to relax, I get all worked up because I really like to create flowers. And so now I'm just doing this and I'm kind of blocking that out. I get a little bit of this color. This is a darker color, so I'm not going to press as hard. You want to press lightly with the dark colors, and you want to press hard with the light colors. Like if I'm going to go with this yellow, I'm going to press hard like that, you see? And I'm going to let it go out from the flower. Can you see that? Look how nice this looks. This is like the most amazing thing I've ever done. And then I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to get all my greens. And I got to go soon. I'm sorry. I started this late because I wanted to make a card for Lachlan for his birthday at the end of this video, but maybe I'll start it before the end of the video and I'll finish it later. But today is Lachlan's birthday. My son Lachlan is 12 years old. Oh, so while I talk about Lachlan's birthday, get yourself a bunch of like the light greens and yellows and then just sort of do this scribble scrabble and watch. It's not going to show at first because I'm really going to start with light colors on this one. And it's okay if you go over the flowers. Like that's actually a good thing. It gives it kind of like this sort of depth. And then take a light green and go like this. This is a super light green, so I'm pressing harder, so you probably don't even see it, but let me stay in one spot so you can kind of start seeing how it develops. You see what's happening? If you do this with the noise, I call it noise. I don't know if this is the right way to say it. Scribble scrabbles, noise, something like that. Just do it. Just do this. Man, I hope you're doing this. If you're doing this, I'm going to be so happy to see it. Some of the parents sent me some of the pictures of their kids' drawings. Oh, man, Nico's mom sent me this her drawing, and Clementine. I saw the picture of Clementine with the password. Oh, I didn't do the password this week. Oh, man, I didn't do the password this week. I don't even need a password. If you're watching this video, just send me an email saying I watched it, and I will send you a sticker. I don't even need a password today. Just send me a video. I mean, I'm late enough into the video now that if you are still here watching, I don't know who's watching. I don't even know if anyone's watching. But if you are watching, thank you for watching. And if you are, send me an email and tell me, I watched your email. I watched your video, Frank, and I'm sending you an email. So where's my sticker? And I will send you a free sticker. I'll probably send this sticker. Look. Let me show you. No big whoop. I'm spinning the wrong way. It says no big whoop. It's a sticker that I put in my water bottle to remind me that it's no big whoop. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's no big whoop. I'll go back to this. I'm going to end this video soon. I'm going to see if I can figure out this picture-in-picture thing again. I'm going to get good at this. I'm going to get good at this YouTube live thing, and I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do this darker green. And with this, when you start getting the darker colors, you really want to press lightly. I think I want to zoom in one more on this thing now because I'm really coming to the home stretch on this crayon thing. I want you to see what I'm talking about. A lot of kids, when they use the crayons, they press so hard and they do stuff like what you see there, like just really like just darken in the thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use the crayons lightly. You get more out of the crayons. The point stays nice and sharp, and you basically can layer the colors. And then look at this. If I start doing stuff like this, you'll start seeing they almost look like vines, like the pieces of the flower, the stems and stuff. And then with the lighter colors, you can get a little darker. And then don't forget, it's always a good idea to get some light color to get some of that complementary color action going on. So you take some maybe like a pinkish color and you just sort of get some of that going on in there, and you just it's like cooking, like a little dash of the pink, a little dash of like a light blue maybe, because you know the sky and the moisture in the air. I don't know where the light blue is. I only have this. Oh, there's like a grayish blue. That's nice. So you're just kind of doing this, and as you do this, you start to really feel it, and you start to see it, and you start to get really, really excited about how nice it looks, and you just keep going. And then after, oh yeah, there's a nice dark yellow. I'll get a little bit of darkness in there, come down over here. And you just keep going. And then you go back, and as you start seeing this, you see like these flowers are sort of disappearing in there. So I want to darken those up a little bit. So maybe I'll get this like pink color, and I'll just go back in over here. Look how nice that looks, see? And then over here, and then I'll get a darker color, and I'll put a little bit like that. See how nice that looks? And then I'll get a little bit of this green, make sure it goes around. All right, so that's the flowers. That's what I wanted to do today. I'm relaxed. Thank you very much for helping me relax. This has been amazing. That's my watercolor flower, and this is my crayon flower. As you can see, the watercolor does, I'm not gonna lie, it has a little more pop, even though not as much because this is a little murky here. But like I said, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna keep going on this and develop it. And the cool thing about watercolor, I'll say one more thing about the watercolor. After your watercolor dries, you can then take markers. Crayons, they work too, but it's not as impactful. But you can take markers and you can do things like, look, you can darken certain areas and really like have it pop and like do stuff like this. And if you do that, you can even kind of do like little lines like this underneath. You kind of just take a dark color and do like little lines. It creates like a shadow effect. I mean, come on, look at that. Look how nice that looks. That looks good. And then you do that again on maybe this one, and you sort of just give that flower like a nice depth. Look, I'm looking at the flower on the screen to see how it looks. Oh man. Anyway, so that's the story. That's what I want you to do. Now, I'm going to end this thing very soon, but before I do, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to put this off to the side, so please keep working on your flowers while I talk, because you should relax. This is my post-op doodling thing, but I'm going to zoom back out now because I zoomed too much in. So I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. There we go. Look at that. So I'm going to take a page in my sketchbook. This is my big sketchbook. And I'm going to take a pair of scissors. Oh my gosh, look at this. I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I'm going to do this. Watch. I'm going to cut this like this. I'm not going to be too concerned about how I cut it. And I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to sign off soon. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to take a piece of paper from my sketchbook. Any piece of paper. You can take a piece of copy paper, or take a piece of paper out of your composition book or your spiral notebook or something. And I'm going to fold it in half. It's not going to be perfect, but nothing in life is perfect, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to use my brush as like a bone folder. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to use this, and I'm going to make a card for my son Lachlan. But I don't have a pencil, and I don't know if I want to do this without a pencil. Oh, I don't have a pencil at handy because I told myself I wasn't going to use a pencil. All right, I'm going to sign off soon, but what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to make my son a happy birthday card. And the point of this was, I kind of wanted to start the happy birthday card here, but I really have to go because I love to make cards like this, even on regular paper. I'm going to fill this paper. I'm going to write happy birthday Lachlan, and I'm going to write I love you, and I'm going to write all this stuff. I'm going to draw him some flowers. I'll draw him a surfboard. He loves surfboards. What else does he love? He loves a lot of things. He loves surfboard. He likes music. He likes the guitar. He likes skateboarding. He likes baseball. He likes a lot of things. So I'm gonna draw stuff on his card, and I'm gonna give it to him. And I'll show you how I made this later, because I'm gonna work on this today because it's his birthday. And I'm sorry that I'm not there for him. I was there this morning, and I gave him a big hug and kiss. And I said goodbye to him. I said, Lachlan, I'm sorry. I have to go make my YouTube live video, and then I have a workshop and at a birthday party. He said, that's okay, Daddy. It's not your fault. And I said, well, it kind of is my fault because I scheduled these things on your birthday. But so that's the story. That's the deal. That's my third ever YouTube live video for the day. Make a flower thing, please, and send it to me. And just email me. Have your adults send me an email and say, watch this thing, and I will send you a sticker. It will most likely be my No Big Whoop sticker, because I really... It's amazing. I gotta go backwards. Like I'm spinning it this way, thinking that's what I do, but I gotta go this way. All right, so no big whoop. I'm all good. Hernia surgery is over. I'm on the road to recovery, and we're all having fun here at the shop. If you're around Thursday and Friday, sign up for one of our workshops. And next week, I have no plans for next week yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna post it on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, and I'll let you know what I'm gonna do. I think next week I'm gonna definitely start my Willoughby book project here at the YouTube Live. I have this idea to start a YouTube at the end of every workshop, at the end of every live session, I'm gonna work on my book that I'm doing for Willoughby. I have this idea. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. Okay, so that's the story. I'm gonna go take some Advil right now, and I'm gonna get ready for my workshop. And I will see you guys again. And oh, I wanted to do that cool sign-off thing. Terrible at this. Let me see if I can do that. So I hope you guys have a great day, and please send me the photograph of something that you did. If you drew this thing and you drew some flowers, I'd love to see it. Just flowers make me so happy, and I want to see them. So please send me a flower. Send me a picture of your flower. All right, so I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get better at this. I'm so slick at this. Like I'm gonna hit this still. It says bye on there, and then I'll see you guys later. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you rest, and I hope you have fun. And I hope you draw, and I hope you send me your drawings, and I want to send you a sticker. No big whoop. Okay, bye. I'll see you guys again.